Hello and welcome again to our 5th ParkLogic video. I'm Tim and this is Michael.
Hi, how you going again, you guys?
Hopefully everyone's doing well out there. We know that we are. And today, the title of today's video is more aspects of optimization. This is kind of a take two of this topic because we think it's a really important topic, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot in optimization, and people think optimization is one thing, and I think that one of the things that I'd like to expose is that there's a huge amount of optimization, and hopefully this will help you out with your own domain names and get the most from your traffic. Because we do this every single day. We have a whole team of people at ParkLogic who are constantly optimizing clients' domain names and getting the most out of it.
As we've said many times before. So, what would you like to talk about in this video? What's different? What's different? What's new to talk about in optimization?
Yeah, maybe I can just relate a few things that we're doing, and with ParkLogic. One of the things we look at is this: the predominant feeds that you end up having are Google, Yahoo, and we call it direct or other sources.
Yeah.
And the reason why you can sort of divide it up into that is there's the majority of the parking companies. You have domain sponsors, say Cedo and NameDrive. Say on the Google side, you've got the smart names and the traffic Z's, the parks on the and also domain advertising or Skenzo on the Yahoo side. And then you've got this other group here, which is all the direct sources. So we've been one of the things with optimizing is that if you have someone who has a whole lot of different sources.
Yeah.
You may say, they may say, we have 20 to 30 sources.
Do you need 20 to 30 sources?
It's bad.
Oh, is it?
It's bad. And the reason why is this, is that the more sources or options you have, the more testing you have to do with your traffic, which means that you'll be losing money every time you test a new source.
So it's like a great deal many weaker sources than one strong source or something.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's also the law of diminishing returns. If I'm getting paid, we use a classic example, I'm getting paid $1 per day for one particular source for my traffic, and I'm thinking maybe I'll get, say, about 20 over here, so I test and I get 80 cents, that cost me 20 cents. It's that classic conundrum. So how do you actually determine you're only going to get 80 cents before you actually test it?
That's where we come in.
That's where we come in. But not only that, how do you know you're only going to get 80 cents, but you don't want to test 80 cents, 80 cents, 80 cents, 80 cents, all these other different sources. So what we've done is we've actually scaled things quite back, very tight relationships with some of our partners. But one of the things we've also done is we've developed a lot more on the direct side. For instance, we've just integrated LookSmart. They're about to come online. They're going through final stages of testing.
How long will that be until they're online?
We've sent in some test traffic at the moment, and that next week they'll be on board fully. And the reason why we find that with companies such as LookSmart and everything, is they seem to get so market verticals. And when I say market vertical, like the finance area or the travel area, they have some specialties.
So they're more niche.
Yeah, they can be, yeah. And they give a great result for that. So you got the Googles and the Yahoos providing great, big, broad spectrum. But LookSmarts and other direct advertisers we have on board, they really can give high value areas. Yeah, so that's an important sort of point that we do. The other thing we have found over the last 5 years of working with monetization providers, is it all depends how you work with them, the results you get. And a classic example is I had a person ask me, say to me, we've already integrated Sendori into our own platform. And I said to them, well, how did you do it? And they said, we did it in a certain way. And I said, well, okay, I'll tell you what I'd like you to think about is this: the difference between a parking company in RPM, a raw RPM, and say a Sendori RPM as an example. And they sort of looked at me blankly and they said, well, aren't they all the same? I said, well, no, they're not. And so you can end up integrating quite incorrectly. And so we spend a lot of time, when we choose a partner, we spend a lot of time integrating them to our platform so we can actually really understand the way they work. we've seen
make it more specialized for the customer.
Like I picked on Sendori, but it's basically any direct advertiser.
Okay.
So I'll give it a quick example. Let's imagine. I'll see if I can correct one off the top of my head here, Tim. Let's imagine you've got a domain and it's doing it's getting paid 50 cents a click, and you sort of think, I'll go to a direct advertiser and because they're offering 60 cents a click. And you may say, well, that makes sense. Yeah,
it sounds like it makes sense.
It doesn't, because your 50 cents, say, from a parking company is an average of 50 cents. It's an average across a day. So you may be getting paid $1 for some clicks, you may be getting paid 10 cents for other clicks and everything, but it averages at 50 cents. So if you go to a direct advertiser and say, here's my 60 cents, they'll pay you 60 cents, that means you're giving your $1 traffic and your 10 cents traffic away for 60 cents.
Okay.
So what you want to do with optimization is only give them the 10-cent traffic.
So kind of play the numbers a bit.
Well, absolutely. You want to play the numbers, and you want to play the numbers because you want the true value of your traffic. Because the value of your traffic is a very complex thing. And what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're looking at your numbers in the parking company, it's actually looking at averages all the time. And what we do is we pull those apart. We first of all normalize the data so we can compare one monetization solution versus another.
Okay.
And then we go and pull those apart so we know where we should send the traffic to as it comes in. For instance, I mentioned in a previous video of matching lunchtime Berlin with lunchtime in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What's the best ways of doing that? Or things such as which parking company is best at taking, say, traffic from Germany versus traffic from the United States. Of how do you split traffic up geographically? How do you split the traffic on a time basis? How do you split the traffic and learn from other like domains?
How to split traffic.
Yeah, so we're constantly working away at this. So we've developed algorithms which go through this and are updated every single day. And it constantly is changing, and we find that about 30% of the domains migrate to a new monetization source for the majority of their traffic every 3 months.
Okay, that's quite regular.
Let's think about this. So if you're not altering where you place your domains every 3 months and know which 30% are actually moving,
yeah,
then you're losing money.
Okay.
So that's a really complex thing. To work out. So we're constantly doing that for our clients on the optimization side, and there's a lot of secret sauce in our algorithms.
Secret sauce?
Yeah, exactly. It's the secret herbs and spices.
We've got the secret sauce.
Exactly. So the thing you need to think about then is, what are you doing with your domains? Optimization is not something for the faint-hearted. It's not a matter of, let's just set a keyword and cross our fingers and hope for the best. You're doing that, you're losing money. It's funny, I say this to people and they still don't get it. I've said it to portfolio owners that have 100,000 domains plus. And you'd think that they would know what's actually going on with their portfolios. They got 100,000 domains and they're doing...
Yeah, they've been in this for a while.
They've been doing a huge amount of revenue. But you know what?
What?
They still don't get it. They go along and say things such as, oh, Michael, I've got a direct Google feed, or I've got a direct Yahoo feed, or I've got this special sort of sweetheart deal, and it just all works for me. And eventually, we get them across the line, they do a test. We have a very structured test program between 6 to 8 weeks, and we say it's a phone call every single week.
Like a training regimen.
Exactly. Where for someone who's got a lot of domains and everything like that, we have a very structured approach so they can go along and be confident we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we set these tests up with a number of different large portfolio owners. And lo and behold, guess what happened?
They do better with us?
They did. And the reason why is this, is because we're putting the traffic to where it will get the most value. If you put all your traffic in one place, like I said before, 30% of domains need to move, and which 30% do need to move.
Yeah.
Need to move. If you're leaving them all with one place, or you're trying to do it manually or anything like that, trust me when I say to you, you are losing money. And I've got all the data to prove it. And we've got huge amounts of data to prove that.
Okay.
So try us out. Like just test us. If you've got a reasonable sized portfolio, particularly if you're a large portfolio owner, I find the large portfolio owners are quite difficult to move. And the reason why is because they're earning a lot of money. Is they start saying, well,
they don't want to risk it.
They don't want to mess it up. They're earning money.
It kind of works for them. So
they're getting thousands of dollars a day. So
they could be making the tens of thousands of dollars.
They just don't. They don't realize that.
Okay.
And it's funny. People have said to these big portfolio owners time and time again. They've said, "You obviously know what you're doing." That they believed it now.
Okay.
And you know what?
So if someone tells me I'm a horse enough times, I'm going to believe I'm a horse.
That's right. And no disrespect to those people, because let me tell you, they do know what they're doing.
In some regards.
In many regards.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a huge amount of respect for them. Like, they're the ones that secured, that saw the opportunity in the first place. So they're fantastic, So, but I guess the thing that's happened is that over the years, is the sophistication around optimization is phenomenal now.
Okay.
It really is. I can only speak from our side. So if you're a portfolio owner, you've got a lot of domains, please reach out to me and I will speak with you personally. I'm one of the founders of ParkLogic. I will speak to you personally and we'll take you through a program.
Founders guarantee.
And we'll minimize your risk. And that's really important. We're all about minimizing risk for our customers and so working with them and what your risk profile is and so forth like that to get the most from your traffic. Don't just keep on doing what you're doing because it's worked in the past. But the definition of insanity is keep on doing what you're doing and expecting a different outcome. Don't do that. Try something different. Give us a go, or just do something.
Have you got any other thoughts on this, or should we wrap it up?
I think we should wrap it up. Maybe we can continue with this on for another video, another time, or something like that.
Maybe give it a shot.
I got a lot to say about this, but anyway, it's been great talking with you all, and please feel free to like us.
Like us, comment, give any sort of feedback, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But until then, until we make a new video, we're going to sign off from now and say goodbye.
Thanks a lot for that.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.